Hello and welcome to our first Skype interview. We are joined today with Roaring 20's brightest personality, Bill Bojangles Robinson. Billy, how are you?
Doing great as ever. Pleasure to be here.
I assure you the pleasure is all mine. Thank you for coming out. I'm sure you took time out of your busy schedule to come join us.
As an actor and dancer, things do get hectic, but I've always been happy to speak with the press.
Speaking of your career, how did you start your journey?
I originally began my dancing career as a child. I believe I was 5 when I started to dance. Nothing big, just beer gardens. My actual career started around 9. I joined on with the Mame Remington's touring troupe.
What were your thoughts on the tour?
I loved it. At the beginning of my career, I enjoyed dancing with the crew. We performed almost out at black venues. While I wish I could perform for larger audiences, I was very grateful for the opportunity.
I'm aware you served in World War I. What were your views on the war?
Yes, I took a break from my dancing to serve as a rifleman. I felt as if it were my duty to serve and protect. I served amongst the Harlem Hellfighters. We fought not only to win the war, but to prove to the nation that blacks were just as good as whites.
On that note, what did you do to better the lives of the black community?
Besides fighting in World War I was a headliner in the first Broadway play, allowing African Americans to perform. I lobbied in World War II to present Roosevelt for the better treatment of African American soldiers. I also convinced the Dallas PD to hire their first African American police officer.
Career-wise, what did you do after the Great War?
So in 1928, I played in Blackbirds of 1928 on Broadway. The performance landed my nickname, Bojangles.
Could you explain that nickname for us?
Gladly. The name was given to me as a joke. The word jangle meant to fight. White audiences thought it was funny to match it with my optimistic and happy-go-lucky attitude.
How about your acting career? What did you do as an actor?
I starred in 14 motion pictures throughout my life. I played roles multiple times alongside the child star Shirley Temple. Some of my biggest hits were Rebecca of Sunnybrook Farm, The Little Colonel, and Stormy Weather.
What would you say the hardest part of being a black actor was?
I wasn't able to get any roles that weren't stereotypical for black actors. I was more or less forced to accept these roles or play in nothing. On the upside, I stayed in the spotlight.
In the later years of your life, you were poor despite being the highest paid black dancer and actor at the time. Why is this?
That was the result of one of my own devices. I believed in donating my fortune to charities where they could do more good. I favored ones in Harlem that aimed to help the African American community succeed as I did and keep the Harlem Renaissance alive.
Well, I believe we are all out of time. Thank you again for joining us. Any advice you want to share?
I assure you the pleasure is all mine. I guess I'll use my usual. Everything is copacetic.